President-elect Trump intends to nominate Matt Gaetz to run the Department of Justice. What was your immediate reaction when you heard that?
Well, it must be the worst nomination for a cabinet position in American history. I think this is something that falls well outside the scope of deference that should be given to a president in nominating members of his senior team. Gaetz is not only totally incompetent for this job, he doesn't have the character. He is a person of moral turpitude. And notwithstanding how difficult it may be politically, this is a nomination the Republican Party should oppose.
Seems like every time I turn around, they're engaged in surveillance or list building or monitoring, and I don't care if it takes every second of our time and every ounce of our energy. We either get this government back on our side or we defund and get rid of, abolish the FBI, CDC, ATF, DOJ, every last one of them, if they do not come to heel.
I mean, look, this is what the American people voted for, right? I mean, you know, Trump was not shy about what he wanted to do in this country. And, you know, in Matt Gaetz, he's not only going to get someone who's fiercely loyal, but fiercely competent. Matt Gaetz knows exactly what to do with the Attorney General's office. He will turn that into be most powerful Attorney General in American history. I know.
If you go on to the Tatum store, you can wait till after the live stream or go on now. We got a sale going on. The craziest sale that I've ever done in the history of this store. 80% off. And do I need to put 80% off? No. But I want to get rid of this stuff. I want to bring in new stuff. And I know a lot of y'all love these. These are previous best sellers that we've had. And especially this one, man. Voting for the felon. What are we doing? But 80% off. All of your favorites. This is one of my favorites. I can't believe we got this one on 80% off. 80% off. Go and get some merch today. All you got to do is go to the website, click sale, and you get 80% off. If you add, you ain't got to put no code in or nothing. You add this to the cart, it will automatically take 80% off. So go in, grab it. You better get it now because I'm sure it's going to sell out in the next, I don't know, day or so. It's going to be all sold out. We got some new stuff on here, so if you want some new stuff, go ahead and check it out. These are my favorites. The Victory shirt I was wearing almost every day I wear that. And we got some of the Victory Trump fist pump shirt. We got some other stuff here. We got some Proud MAGA garbage. We got some yard signs. Everything you need. We just getting better and better every single day. We're going to go to Matt Gaetz real quick. I want to talk about Matt Gaetz. This was another clip or another pick that Donald Trump picked that really shocked me at first. Roll the clip.
All right, we've got another Trump appointment, and this is one that is probably going to surprise a lot of people because he was not on any of the lists that were floating around out there. And there had been some discussion that President-elect Trump was having a little trouble making this final decision, or maybe this is the person he had in mind all along. But he has now nominated Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz as Attorney General of the United States. He just wrote this on Truth Social. Quote, Matt is a deeply gifted and tenacious attorney, trained at William and Mary College of Law, distinguished himself in Congress through his focus on achieving desperately needed reform at the Department of Justice. Few issues in America are more important than ending the partisan weaponization of our justice system. Matt will end weaponized government, protect our borders, dismantle criminal organizations, and restore Americans' badly shattered faith and confidence in the Justice Department.
All I got to say is let them cook. That's all I got to say. Let them cook. Let Donald Trump's picks play out the way they're going to play out. And if they don't do a good job, then criticize the man. But you can't criticize before you see what's going to happen. Let them cook. Let them cook. Put that brisket on there and let it cook. Quit looking at, quit open the top, put that thing on there and let it do it for 24 hours. You ain't got to go check on it. Let it cook. Y'all want to be mad and do premature stuff. Let them cook, man. I think they're going to kill it. Let's go to the Donald Trump's picks. And like I said, I'm going to interview Seth tomorrow, and we're going to go over in detail why these picks are good or bad, right? I don't know what he's going to say, but I know he's an expert on this, and I want to talk to him about it. Let's look at the picks, Nick. Let's go to the picks. Hopefully I'm not covering any of them. I think I am. We'll figure it out. I'll point them out to you. No, we can scroll down. So these are a few picks that Donald Trump have picked. His chief of staff. Let me go down. All right. So Marco Rubio is obviously the Secretary of State. He picked Marco Rubio. A lot of people don't like Marco Rubio that I found out. I can see why. There's a lot of bad stuff that have been said. Marco seemed like a little soft around the edges at a few occasions in the past. I love his stance on Israel. That was the hardest thing I ever heard him say, was that. Now, I don't know much about Marco Rubio. I haven't followed him. I just remember he used to be LaMarco, and Trump and him reconciled. I think Donald Trump had to have spoke to him, and they must have a good relationship for him to make Marco Rubio the Secretary of State. He didn't do that for Ron DeSantis or anybody else. He picked Marco Rubio. So I'm convinced that Donald Trump knows what he's doing. And then we got Pete, the defense secretary, Matt Gaetz, the attorney general, which I just mentioned.
And when it comes to how those raise money, I take no lecture on asking patriotic Americans to weigh in and contribute to this fight from those who would grovel and bend knee for the lobbyists and special interests who own our leadership, who have, boo all you want, who have hollowed out this town and have borrowed against the future of our future generations. I'll be happy to fund my political operation through the work of hardworking Americans, $10 and $20 and $30 at a time, and you all keep showing up at the lobbyist fundraisers and see how that goes for you. I reserve.
You can clear it all up for us right now. Will the Department of Justice provide to the committee all documents, all correspondence between the department and Alvin Bragg's office and Fonnie Willis's office and Letitia James's office?
The offices you're referring to are independent offices of state.
I get that. The question is whether or not you will provide all of your documents and correspondence. That's the question. I don't need a history lesson. Was there ever a time when you were a judge when you had a family member who was personally profiting off of the notoriety of a case that was before your court?
I'm going to say again, it's very clear you're asking me to comment on a case in another jurisdiction.
No, wait, hold on, Mr. Attorney General. Did you ever have a family member profit off of the notoriety of any case that you sat over?
Say again, you're asking
yes or no?
You're asking me to comment on a case currently.
Well, it seems you're connecting the dots, Mr. Attorney General. I'm just asking you as to a general principle, but you are aware that Judge Merchan's daughter was profiting off of this prosecution. You are aware that that creates the appearance of impropriety. You know the very reason there's a federal rule against judges giving donations is because it is the very attack on the judicial process that we're concerned about.
Why is it that the women with the least likelihood of getting pregnant are the ones most worried about having abortions? Nobody wants to impregnate you if you look like a thumb.
Kristi Noem is the Homeland Security. And we're going to put a link to this website so you guys can go look at it because I think they're going to continue to update. And it gives a quick synopsis of who he picked and why and a little bit of background on who they are. And so Homeland Security Secretary, I don't really know what none of these people do for the most part, but I think that I think he's picking people that are loyal to him and people that are going to do a job that the American people want to see him do. Lee Zeldin is going to be the Environmental Protection Agency Administrator, which I think they're going to cut all of that waste in the EPA. All that bull shenanigans. They're going to drill, baby, drill. All right? We ain't going to be wasting no time. Tulsi Gabbard is the Director of National Intelligence, which I think is pretty interesting. All the intelligence agencies have to report to Tulsi Gabbard. And I think she's going to do a tremendous job. It's funny that they not happy that he's elevating a woman who served in the military, who ran for president, who was a Democrat. What they got to say now?
I've never said, and I don't think Hillary Clinton thinks that you're a witting asset. You might be an unwitting asset. Not that that means you're stupid, but people can be used.
Well, that's exactly what it means, though. That's exactly what it means.
The other thing that confuses me, wait, I have one more question. You're on state TV all the time. Why do you go on Fox TV? Fox Channel, which is a propaganda network, 16 times with Tucker Carlson. I never see you with Chris Wallace or that other guy, what's his name, Brett Baer. Well, why aren't you on with them? They're definitely middle of the road. Why do you go on with Tucker, who's a liar, and a propagandist.
So let me start with how offensive it is to say that I am a witting or unwitting asset of a foreign country, working against the interests of our people and our country, the country that I am willing to lay my life down for. So if you're saying it's not deliberately, then you are implying that I am too stupid and too naive and lack the intelligence to know what I am doing. You raised the second issue about why I go on Fox News.
Yeah.
I go on Tucker Carlson, go on Brett Baier, go on Sean Hannity, go on MSNBC, go on CNN. I am here to speak to every single American in this country about the unifying leadership that I want to bring as president. Not just speak to those who agree with me,
Nice to think that
but to speak with those who may disagree with me, recognizing that I'm asking for the opportunity to serve every single person in this country.
I think Tulsi Gabbard is going to do a tremendous job. I cannot wait to see her move. All right, we got Elise Stefanik, who's going to be the UN ambassador. I don't know what role the UN ambassador has, but I do know Elise Stefanik is a baller. All right, she's a good woman. She stands strong, unlike the other girl. I forget her name. What's her name, Nick? I mean, you probably don't remember. She turned on Trump. I forget her name. Ellis, Jenna Ellis. They look kind of similar a little bit, but like Jenna Ellis. She's not going to be a Jenna Ellis. And then we got John Ratcliffe, who is the Central Intelligence, or the director of Central Intelligence Agency. I don't know what, CIA. I don't really know what exactly his skill sets are. Like I said, we're going to talk about it later, but there's a quick summary of all of these people right here in the little description. Right? It says Ratcliffe, an attorney and former 4-term Republican lawmaker from Texas, served as Trump's director of national intelligence from 2020 to 2021. You got her, I can go down the list of all these people. I don't want to read it. I'll let you guys read it. But these are some of Trump's picks. Donald Trump is like picking a draft. I don't know who he going to pick. Some people trading. They trading teams. I don't know who they going to pick. They got a couple outstanding people, and in the comment section, let me know what you guys think about some of these picks and who they should pick. Thank y'all for the super chats. I'll get to those here in a second. But let me know who you think they should pick. I mean, Treasury, I don't know what the treasurer will do. I don't really know how distinguished that position is, but obviously I think these first 5 are probably the most prominent positions a person can have. Interior, agriculture, commerce, labor, Health and Human Services, I think that's what it's called. I think he's going to put RFK Jr. in this position. HUD, I want to say ADOT. That's Arizona Department of Transportation. But I don't know who he's going to put in Department of Transportation. I have no idea. If I was a president, I wouldn't even know what these people do. I'm like, hey, you go there. Hey, it's Grandma, go in this one. Grandma, just do what I tell you to do. Go in that one. Energy, education. I don't know who's going to be on education. I don't know if Donald Trump is going to eliminate the education department, which I think he probably should. VA, this is going to be crucial. I think this is going to change forever if we get somebody really good in the veteran affairs. Trade, CEA, SBA. Well, we need somebody good in SBA. I hope I know this person because I'd love to get some SBA loans right by now. I don't even know what this one is. I don't know what this one is either. And CIA director. So we'll see who he picks in these positions. But this was definitely, these two were shockers to me. This was completely shocking and unexpected to me. This was unexpected, but not shocking. Like, I think he had a good relationship with Marco Rubio, but I just thought that he'll put somebody else here. And I thought he'd put somebody with a little more military experience here, but I'm not disappointed. I thought he would also put somebody much older. I mean, Matt Gaetz is 41 years old. I thought he'd put somebody 50, 60 years old that have a tremendous background in doing things like an attorney general. I mean, Matt Gaetz was a House of Representative. I don't really know if he had any position higher than House of Representative, but I think it's invaluable for Trump to put his people in that's going to do what he wants them to do. More so than if they have a tremendous amount of experience. Because I'm pretty sure they all meet and talk and make decisions, and Trump says they want to drill, baby, drill. Lee Zeldin say, come on, let's drill. When do you want to start? Whatever we deal with the UN. At least Stefanik is going to say, yes, Trump, whatever you need, let's get it done. His chief of staff was the chief of staff of his campaign, which was successful. Loyalty right here. She deserved that position. And she's the first woman in United States history to be the chief of staff. They don't care about her. She cooked liver, or chopped liver, they call it.